Step number 4, obtain restaurant funding. The next step needed to start your new restaurant is to obtain funding. Most of us don't have enough capital on hand to cover the cost of opening a restaurant without financial assistance. Securing funding from outside sources will determine if you can make your dream of restaurant ownership a reality. Begin by estimating total restaurant startup costs along with the cost needed for daily operations. Use this information to create a budget and forecast the total cost of running your restaurant for the next year. With your restaurant budget now in hand, compare the total cost to the amount of capital you have on hand to determine how much funding you will need. Remember to include the costs of licenses, equipment, building repairs, and staff salaries. Here are a few ways to secure funding for your new restaurant. Number 1. Traditional commercial loan. This type of loan is acquired directly through a bank. You will typically see lower interest rates and access to higher amounts of capital with a traditional commercial loan. However, collateral is required, and you must have a high credit score. Number 2. Business line of credit. Similar to a credit card, you can get approved for a maximum credit amount. Interest only accumulates as you use the money, though lending standards are higher, and you may not be able to borrow as much money as you could with other types of loans. Number 3. Small business loan. While you can get a small business loan directly from a bank, you can receive a small business loan even with borderline credit. Number 4. Investors. Reach out to your network or sign up for a site like AngelList to find investors for your restaurant. Number 5. Crowdfunding. Sites like Kickstarter, Foodstart, Indiegogo, and GoFundMe are great platforms to raise money to cover your startup costs. Step number 5. Choose a location and lease a commercial space. A restaurant's location can make or break it. Visibility and foot traffic are two important factors to consider during the selection process for a commercial space. You also want to evaluate the size and interior shape to decide if it's the best fit for your restaurant floor plan. When choosing a location for your new restaurant, the following factors are among the most important. First, visibility and accessibility. Select a location with good visibility that receives plenty of vehicle and foot traffic. Consider parking availability and ease of access for cars and pedestrians. Second, demographics. The target market of your restaurant should match the demographics of the area. Third, labor costs. Your labor cost will vary depending on location. In areas where the cost of living is higher, you'll need to pay a higher wage to attract good employees. Fourth, local competition. You can learn a lot by looking at the competing restaurants in your area. The key is to choose a location where similar restaurants are successful, but avoid a neighborhood that is saturated with restaurants that directly compete with your concept. When it comes to choosing a space, we recommend long-term leasing. It allows you more flexibility if you decide to expand or make other business changes when first starting out. Step number 6, restaurant permits, licenses and food safety. Aside from the standard business licenses and permits needed to open up shop, there are other licenses you need to get if you run a restaurant, from a liquor license to food handlers permits that may vary country to country. Be sure to do your research on food safety regulations and create a list of standards you have to adhere to. It's helpful to enlist legal counsel when filing for restaurant permits and licenses to make sure you don't miss a step. These are some of the most important licenses required. Business license. All restaurants require a business license to operate. The type of business license you'll need, the cost of the license, and how often you need to renew. Food service license. Before diving into the steps of starting a restaurant, it's important to understand the restaurant industry as a whole. Restaurant safety and food handling protocols are top priorities for the industry, so you should understand the ins and outs before you open a restaurant. To keep guests safe and prevent foodborne illnesses, the restaurant industry is heavily regulated at city, state, and federal levels. Several federal agencies play a crucial role in the industry. There are several inspections a restaurant may be subject to in order to verify restaurant safety and operational compliance. An initial restaurant inspection may cover a variety of food safety protocols and grade a restaurant's ability in food handling, food storage, employee hygiene, and operational excellence. Subsequent inspections throughout the year are normal, so you'll want to come up with best practices for food safety and restaurant sanitation. Food Safety and Inspection Services, FSIS. In other countries like United Arab Emirates you will need a certificate from Food Control Authority and municipality inspection. If you are considering multiple locations, each restaurant could have a different set of compliance obligations. Be sure to check out your restaurant state guidelines, by familiarizing with regulations, obtaining specific industry-related licenses, and adhering to the basic food safety procedures. Restaurant owners can keep their reputation intact and customers out of harm's way. To get a food service license for your new restaurant, you'll have to pass an inspection that shows your business meets all food safety regulations. Liquor license. If you plan to serve alcohol at your restaurant, you'll need a liquor license. Alcohol can boost your sales immensely, but the process of obtaining a liquor license can be lengthy and costly. Step number 7, design your layout and space. Concept design. There are two components to designing the layout of your new restaurant, your front of house space and your back of house space. Each space has its own unique requirements. If you need assistance, consider working with an industry expert to create a custom design layout that meets your needs. Keep these factors in mind when designing your dining room layout. Seating capacity. Local regulations determine the seating capacity of your dining room. You must meet requirements for square footage per customer based on the size of your space and the number of exits. Dining room furniture. Choose restaurant seating that aligns with your concept. Consider seating capacity and comfort level when choosing the style and shape of your restaurant furniture. Ambience and decor. You can enhance your restaurant's ambience through the use of decor and lighting. Cleanability. Flooring and wall fixtures should be made of materials that are easy to clean and disinfect. Carpeting is not the best choice for a dining room because it absorbs odors and spills. Fabric window treatments and drapes also absorb smells and are costly to clean regularly. When designing your kitchen layout, consider the flow of service and allocate sufficient space for the following tasks. Warewashing. The warewashing area should be easily accessible for servers entering the kitchen with dirty dishes. This area will house dish machines, compartment sinks, and drying racks. Dry and cold storage. Dry and cold storage areas should be close to the receiving area so that shipments can be put away quickly. These spaces will require shelving and organization. Food preparation. This is the space where the kitchen staff will perform all food prepping tasks. You'll need space for work surfaces and food prepping tools. Meal cooking. The majority of cooking tasks are performed in this space. You'll need room for heavy equipment like range tops, deep fryers, and flat top grills. Service. The service area should be right next to the cooking area so that prepared meals can be passed to servers quickly. A staging area with heat lamps keeps meals hot until they can be picked up. Also take into consideration in your design, daily receiving of materials and home delivery operation. CCTV. The obvious benefit that CCTV in restaurants and cafes has is that it can be used to counter those people who try and sneak out without paying their bill. As paying after a meal is customary etiquette in the vast majority of dining establishments, it can be quite easy for anyone with intentions of doing so, getting away without paying. As such, you would need to devise a system of ensuring that your guests pay their bills. This is how CCTV can help. By placing CCTV cameras in key points of the dining area, you'll be able to monitor and record those who you believe are about to make off without paying. You don't need to worry about setting that negative and watchful atmosphere too. As with a modern CCTV installation, you can install these systems discreetly, allowing you to maintain the positive ambience of the room, creating only a positive experience for your genuine patrons. Profit loss through theft in dining establishments sadly extends to employee theft too. We'd all like to trust everyone, but sadly the reality is very different. CCTV in restaurants offer the ideal method to monitor staff movements in the restaurant and even work to uncover any possible profit loss through theft, or even through error or inefficiency. Of course, when thinking about implementing a brand new CCTV system within your dining room, it's important to consider the privacy of your patrons and staff. Discrete cameras are great at being just that, hardly noticeable, but with staff especially, being a constant presence, you don't want to have them feeling that their privacy is being invaded. Ensure that the areas you want to protect are designed for the public and always deal with transactions in this environment. Similarly, areas that are intended for work, such as kitchens and stockrooms, should also be monitored. Fire system: protecting your investment and restaurant business with fire extinguishers and smoke detectors in kitchen area. It must include in the concept design. Step number 8, find an equipment and food supplier. Before you can open your new restaurant, your kitchen must be outfitted with the right equipment. There are some types of equipment that every restaurant needs, like refrigeration units and cooking equipment. Depending on your menu, you might also need specialized equipment like pizza deck ovens or pasta cookers. The size and layout of your kitchen will affect some of your choices, like whether to choose narrow depth equipment or to double stack units to save space. Another consideration is deciding whether to buy new or used restaurant equipment. Buying your restaurant equipment online provides many benefits. While you're juggling the other steps of opening your new restaurant, the ability to shop online, research features, and compare prices on your own time alleviates some of the stress. Look for an online supplier that specializes in commercial restaurant equipment with wholesale prices and fast shipping. Leasing equipment is an option that can save you money and free up capital for other items in your budget. You'll also need to find a supplier for food, disposables, and all the items you'll reorder on a regular basis. Working with a supplier that offers free shipping saves you money when you order bulk supplies. Add to your list POS system. Understanding the restaurant industry and mapping out a restaurant costs are the initial ingredients for success, and now it's time to focus on taking payments from customers. Making your first sale is an exciting milestone when you first start a restaurant, and it should be a seamless experience that first time, and every time after. To do that, you need to choose a payments processor and point of sale, POS, software. A payments processor handles credit and debit card transactions for your business. You want to look for a payments processor that accepts all major credit cards, has one consistent rate, with no hidden fees, and quick deposit times. An intuitive point of sale system lets you get started taking payments quickly, and it can also grow with your restaurant, and help it grow. An integrated restaurant point of sale not only lets you accept all types of payments including magstripe, EMV chip, and NFC, mobile payments, but also it can help you run your entire restaurant more efficiently. A restaurant POS system can help you with inventory tracking to better forecast ingredients and supplies, built-in tipping that substantially increases tip flow, automatic tip reconciliation, Menu adjustments to include modifiers and other requests. Employee time cards that easily track hours worked. Data analytics that give you better insight to make decisions. Immediate customer insights and feedback. Multiple menu management. Customizable floor plans. Coursing and effective communication between servers and chefs. Outdated, slow POS systems can really hurt your sales, so it's important to invest in capabilities that are quick for your customers, easy to use for your employees, and efficient for your restaurant overall. An integrated POS puts all your information from sales and inventory to employee time cards in one view, significantly improving organization and the ability to make better decisions. Step number 9. Hire the right staff. The hiring stage of opening your new restaurant provides the opportunity to build a great work culture from the very start. Putting thought into your employee benefits, training program, and incentives is important when considering the work-life balance of your future staff. Your employee retention will be more successful if you make these factors a priority. Start by hiring your management team so they can help carry out your mission and hiring goals. Make a list of all the restaurant positions you'll need to fill in order to operate your restaurant on a daily basis. Consider how many days you'll be open during the week and how many shifts you'll run each day for the front and back of house. Your staff requirements will vary based on the unique needs of your new restaurant, but these are some of the most common positions. Management team, general manager, kitchen manager, front of house manager. Kitchen staff, head chef, sous chefs, prep cooks, line cooks, dishwashers. Front of house staff, servers, hosts, food runners, bussiers. Bar staff, bartenders, barbacks, cocktail servers. You may also need to hire employees like marketing experts, PR specialists, and accountants. To prepare for the interview process, prepare a guide on restaurant interview questions, so you can identify the most fitting candidates for your restaurant. Step number 10. Advertise your restaurant. If you're starting a new restaurant, you have to get the word out and attract your future customers. Advertising provides basic information about your restaurant so that prospective customers know where you're located and what type of cuisine you're serving. Successful advertising should also build excitement around your brand. Below are some tips to market your restaurant. Build a website. Your restaurant website should be easy to navigate, and the design should represent your brand. Include basic information about your restaurant, including your address, phone number, hours, and menu. Though you can hire a professional to create your website, you can make one with user-friendly website hosting platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or WordPress. Create a Yelp, TripAdvisor, Google My Business, and OpenTable account. Registering with these sites makes it easy for potential guests to find your restaurant information. Guests can also leave reviews after visiting, which increases your authority and appeal, especially if you have a high rating and positive feedback. Use social media. Today a social media presence is an absolute must for restaurants. Create Facebook, Twitter and Instagram accounts to share news, photos, and tidbits about your restaurant. TikTok might be an appropriate social media option for your restaurant if your target demographic uses the platform regularly. Offer promotions to new guests. Offer a promotion for first-time guests. A free beverage, dessert, or discount on their first bill is an enticing way to attract customers. Host a grand opening. Create buzz around your new restaurant by hosting a grand opening. Other special events like wine tastings, live music, or cooking classes are another great way to attract attention. Step number 11. Host a soft opening. You've heard the old saying, practice makes perfect. The same goes for restaurant openings. A soft opening is a practice run to help you prepare for the real grand opening of your new restaurant. Invite a limited number of guests to attend your soft opening, usually the friends and family of your staff. This strategy allows you to work out any kinks in your service. Here are a few popular soft opening ideas. Trial menu: offer a sample menu with a limited number of options. It reduces stress on new staff and encourages customers to come back to see the full menu reveal. Limited schedule: consider operating under a limited schedule for the first few days you are open. Sneak peek event: host a sneak peek happy hour with select menu items and signature drinks. Friends and family night: invite friends and family to your soft opening for a fun, stress-free way to prepare for grand opening. Neighboring homes and businesses: gain local fans and build community pride by offering a soft opening invite to neighboring homes and businesses. Despite the challenges of the last year, the restaurant industry will always be an important part of our economy and culture. As food service trends continue to diversify, space opens up for extraordinary new eateries to step in and take advantage of new consumer interests. In conclusion, you have to create your checklist for each task you are going to perform. First comes first, you have to start requesting the equipment which take long time to deliver, especially if you will customize your kitchen equipment. Now we have reached to the end of the video. If you have any question in mind, kindly drop an email or leave comment and we will be more than happy to assist you. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe, like, and share the video and activate the notification bell. Thank you for watching and we'll meet soon in more videos in restaurant operation.